Many blessings from the Isle of Avalon, Glastonbury. So, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about changing timelines and what's going on when the timelines change. So, right now, I feel there's a lot of like memory block out, timeline changes as we've gone into the new year. So, when you get a timeline shift, it means that people are in their reality with their beliefs and thoughts, and you're in your reality with your beliefs and thoughts. And it might look like there's like memory loss, but it's not really memory loss. It's like a timeline vibrational shift in consciousness. That's what's happening. So it seems really strange because you feel like your memory's dropping, but your memory isn't really dropping. It's just you're going into another timeline shift. Are you with me? Does that make sense? So you can speak to other people and they're in a completely different timeline where you tell them some information that you think is public knowledge and everybody knows that. And they're like, they don't know this. This is completely new information. Or the more shocking thing that I think people don't talk about is that, because it appears to be really rude, but it's not rude, is you can have the experience. It's as if you forgot people exist. Okay, I've had that quite a lot. I don't know if you've had that. So that is a timeline shift. So you're in a different vibration of reality and they're in a different vibration of reality, and they may not exist in your vibration of reality. So in your thought process, it's like you forget they exist, or you could even get to the point where you stood outside your house and you've remembered they exist, but you're like, what's their name? You can't remember their name. Then they open the door, and seeing their energy brings back the knowledge of who they are, you know, everything about them. But in that moment, you've completely forgotten everything about them, even though you even remember them. So the worst one is where you don't even remember they exist. You know, you're thinking, say you're thinking, I'll organize an event, and you think of the people to invite, and then you completely forget really obvious people that are crucial to your life. But that's because they're not in the same vibrational timeline as you in that moment. So you forget them. And it's going to get a little bit more complex. It also depends at what point in your life you met them. So it depends also on the part of your mind that you're in. If you're in the current last 10 years of your life and you met them in the last 10 years, you might remember them. If you knew them from your childhood, that's where you first connected, you might forget they exist. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Are you having these timeline shifts that I'm speaking about? Is this kind of timeline shift happening for you? And then, as you know, I do past life regression, inner child healing, ancestral timeline healing, and spirit releasement. So with that, we're moving into emotional timelines. So they're more emotional timelines of, have we cleared those timelines to the 0 point field? So thoughts and emotions, fears, limits, lacks are coming up. Like over the festive period, I had a lot of conversations with people around abundance. Now, I look at that person and I think, wow, you seem really abundant to me, like you're in prosperity and abundance. But inwardly, they are feeling in poverty and lack. And previously, they felt they were in abundance, but they had a really bad experience in the, I wouldn't even say it's abundance reality, in the money reality, because abundance is more than money. It's the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And not a moment before, not a moment after, in divine timing. So they had a bad experience where they lost a lot of money, and that affected their money abundance reality. Whereas I've lost money in the past from maybe bad investments, bad choices, but it didn't affect my abundance reality. I always stayed in the abundance reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that happening for you? And while we're sat here, because it's always rude not to show it you, I'm going to show it you, is let me wind down the window so you won't get a dirty window view. I'm in Glastonbury, as many of you know. I live near Glastonbury. Show you out to Glastonbury tour. Look at that. it is quite chilly here, but there is no wind and there's no rain. And when there's no wind and no rain, it's really joyful because it's like a really clearing air energy. So just bear with me 1 second because I want to read your comments. I didn't think this through. I was just in the flow. I didn't think, oh, I must have my little glasses ready. So 1 second. Does anybody have any questions? If you were with me from the beginning of what I've just been saying about the timeline shifts, and we're not all in the same timeline and we're not all in the same reality, and depending on your vibration, I'm going to bring in another aspect to this. So depending on your vibration, depends on whether you're still in the conspiracy timeline. So what do I mean by that? It's like you're still concerned by external events, like you're still engaged in politics, you're still engaged in, you know, the concept of, hold on 1 second, let me just turn this window up. It's too chilly to be chatting with it closed. See, I have moved into the timeline where I'm just being, okay? So I don't really care too much about the drama timelines, but most people are still in the good person, bad person timeline. They're still invested in, is Trump a good person or a bad person? They're still invested in those stories, whereas I am not invested. Now, I was previously, you know, having thoughts and beliefs around that character in the cosmic play, but I'm not lying when I tell you I have embodied myself into the neutral timeline. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain to you is when you do this emotional inner alchemy work on yourself and you heal your inner self, you will get to the point where you can manifest a different reality because you're not in the collective 3D reality anymore and you can't fake it. You can only find yourself not vibrationally aligned to caring whether this person's a good person, this person's a bad person. You also get to the point where the Venezuelan situation, like I'm aware there's a Venezuelan situation, but I'm not attached to whether it's where the voting machines were held in Venezuela. I'm not attached whether it was the fact that a lot of the mines for silver in Venezuela. I'm not attached to the Trump story. I'm not attached to any story. I genuinely don't care. Now, some people will get angry with you and say, you should care about these global events. But if you're embodying the true spiritual vibration of moving out of that reality, then you don't genuinely care. Good. I like what you're saying. Is it Midas Jones? Yeah, right. Made up crap. Got it. Yeah, good. Let me see what your comments were before that. Thank you for saying you love me. I love everybody and everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Does anyone want to share another comment about the timeline shifts and how it feels like you're dropping memory in the timelines because you're not engaged in it? And I think also it happens with friendships as well, because friends are trying to connect with you through a timeline story. Okay, so if you're not bothered by a timeline story that they're deeply passionate about and you're like, well, I am benevolent and gracious enough that I am going to listen to you going, oh, what do you think about this? And da, 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 and you just smile and you're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, great. Most of the time, people are just wanting you to hold space for them to talk. They're not really that bothered about your opinion. And if your opinion doesn't agree with them, they don't like that. But even worse than your opinion not agreeing with them is when you go, you know what? I don't care. I'm not really interested in any of this stuff. I am just embodying a vibration of being. And that causes people even more conflict than you saying, I disagree with you. You just saying, whatever, not really engaged in that. And it's because you've moved out of the drama reality. And I'll tell you a story that made me giggle and smile earlier today. she is a gorgeous friend of mine, and she messaged me saying, sorry, couldn't reply yesterday, had an unexpected drama happen. And it made me smile and giggle, because all dramas are unexpected. Nobody goes, oh, I see a drama coming my way. I mean, although we can say sometimes I see a drama coming my way. Or I see other people trying to invite me into their drama, and I'm choosing not to be invited into their drama. So it made me smile that she said I had an unexpected drama happen, because all dramas are usually unexpected. I can see you've posted some other things. Let's have a little Scooby-Doo. Yes, Terry, yes. It's so liberating to not care. Now, when we're not caring, it could feel very much like we're disengaging with reality, and we're just being, and it's such a rarefied field to be in the point where you really are not engaged in the mainstream reality. And you know, in everything I've just said just now, most of mainstream reality is involved in some kind of busyness of drama. So most people are involved in some kind of, whoops, it's slipping. Ooh, the sun is making a gorgeous little shimmy shine over there. Most people are engaged in some sort of form of drama. And I had another conversation with a neighbor of mine who lives an extraordinary existence. I mean, he lives a really extraordinary existence. He does not get up till 7 or 8 p.m. at night for 6 days a week. And then one day a week he gets up earlier, because he has to get up earlier because he has to go to the shops. And if he needs to do one minor appointment, like he's had to get up earlier today to set his body clock to get up in time to go for a hospital appointment tomorrow. But he is in an extraordinary reality, because he claims that apart from speaking to me, he doesn't really speak or see anybody else, and he's cross with the other people. But his morning is 8 o'clock at night, and by the time he's got his act together, it's like 9-10 o'clock at night, and most people are getting ready to wind down and go to sleep. They don't really want to engage and come and visit somebody. So he's living an extraordinary timeline of existence, like extraordinary. But everybody's living what timeline they think they are attached to. But it's like, when you start to see through the timeline glitches, like the external stories that you're being invited into putting your illusion, your energy in, when you start genuinely not caring about those stories and removing your energy from the stories, that then brings a lot of energy back to you. And the other thing that happens as intuitives, we can feel when people are thinking about us. Now, sometimes you think you're thinking about the person, but it's actually you're picking up on them thinking about you. And it feels like you're thinking about them a lot, but it's actually that they're thinking about you. So when you block their energy, sometimes I feel if I'm feeling bombarded by someone's energy, I block them by blocking them on the social media or on my phone. Whether they're going to call you or not doesn't really matter. It creates an energy break, so you can come back into your own dimension and your own thought process and your reality, and it severs that energy. That's what I find quite useful to do, to sever that energy. Let's see what everybody's saying. I look like Jerry Halliwell on a good day, let's hope, not back in the Spice Girl era. And no one's ever said I look like Jerry Halliwell. People have said I look like Phoebe out of Friends. People used to say I look like her back in the day. I think it's more my sort of hair and my maybe personality of how I speak. Let me see what else anybody's saying. Thanks for joining me. I've had an extraordinary Christmas. I'm not reading that, I'm just telling you I've had an extraordinary, because I did Home Alone for Christmas. I have made a video about that, so I won't bang on too much about that. And then I ended up having a major detox on New Year's Day. And that was interesting because that was based on a ley line I was on in this part of Cornwall, because I was not in my own place. I was in a holiday let, and it had slate flooring with water coursing underneath, so very earthing. And the minute I stepped in this space, I felt this energy coming up, and it was a massive purging, just incredible. Like, I would almost send people there to just have this experience, because it was so amazing, and I feel really good, like my body's been cleansed from that. So, with all the past life stuff coming up, the key thing is, I do keep feeling like I say it a lot, it's inner child stuff is so crucial. And because the other thing, which I will talk about another day, about it's so important to clear all the names we've ever gone by. That is so important, because otherwise you disassociate and you stay in these other names. And if you have been known by lots of different names and you've changed your name a lot, you need to, when you're working on healing, and I work with you to help you heal the inner child and other events from this lifetime, we do need to know all those names, because otherwise they disassociate off. And even though they've disassociated off, to heal them, we have to address them. So that's useful. I am in London this week. I could possibly extend my stay for my 2-hour sessions. I am there on the 11th, and I'm fully booked at the moment for the 11th. Unless as a cancellation comes in, but I could extend my stay to the 12th if anybody wanted to do. I've got a 9 o'clock available on the 12th at the moment. I could potentially stay another day, but I'm here in Glastonbury and I'm online for sessions daily, and those online sessions are half an hour and an hour, working on the emotional Akashic records. And at some point this year, I will get back to doing a workshop. I will be doing more workshops, because I think it's important that we gather together and do this work. And as many of you know, and some of you may be going through it, I am still clearing my parents' home up in Cheshire. And as many of you know, I opened a shop, and it was a way to get rid of the vintage stuff. And it was a way to help me process losing my parents, process my childhood, let go of the possessions. Because remember, the possessions of your life and your family hold memory, and they bring back memories, same as scents and smells. And so we have to be gracious to ourselves and use it as part of our healing experience. Some people just get a house clearance, and you could do that, but you're missing out on the potential of the healing. I'm not saying it's going to be easy when you go through the possessions. It's much easier to get somebody else in and you don't have to deal with it. But when you do go through it yourself with like a fine-tooth comb, memories come up, ancestral memories, possessions owned by ancestors. So you're going to be healing and clearing a lot of memories. And it is wonderful for your ancestral timeline to do that work. So, see the opportunity for healing in all things and opportunities. And we're at the twilight zone now. And it has been beautiful today here. And let's see what else anyone's saying. So, and Carol's in England. I don't know why. I read that as you were saying you were in Ilfracombe. I don't. Carol is in England, but I read Carol is in Ilfracombe. That's the other thing. Sometimes we can change the words to say what we want them to say. So I did have a client message me yesterday. She may even be listening. I don't know. And she said that we did a 1-hour session online in December, and she said it healed her depression, which is amazing, because in the past she has ended up in hospital with her depression, real bad mental health issues. So I am super thrilled that session helped you heal your depression from just a 1-hour session. I cannot guarantee that for everybody. It's like when I just told you about staying somewhere at New Year's time. I didn't know that lady. And often when I bob about, I share my sound healing light languages with people, just a little one, if I think they're open to it, you know, in all sorts of random places. And I did a sound healing frequency, and this woman was really receptive to it. And she said, wow, I felt something fly out of my body. And I didn't know how spiritually aware she was. And she messaged me 2 days later to say the eczema that she had completely gone from my singing this light language. So, you know, never underestimate the power of sound, vibration, healing, everything that's going on just now. And, you know, riding the roller coaster of emotions and what's coming up for you. And everybody is in different emotional situations, and we have to be graceful and compassionate to other people as well as ourselves. You know, you must embody this grace, peace, and understanding to other people. And that's it. So thanks for all your gorgeous comments wherever you are globally just now, sending you all so much love. And for my sessions, people often ask me the time zone. So in UK time, I offer sessions from 9 a.m. in the morning UK time to 8 p.m. and they're half an hour an hour. And then my online my in-person sessions are 2 hours, and they could be here in Glastonbury, they could be in London this week. Won't be back. I will not be back in Cornwall, even though I had a gorgeous time in Cornwall and came back on Sunday. I won't be back in Cornwall till about the second week in February. So I will not be in Cornwall till the second week in February. I will be going to Cheshire for more letting go of my parents' house and stocking my vintage shop. If you find yourself in a place called Nantwich, look up Dagfields. I have a little unit there selling things. So I love making these little lives now and again. And wow, Azerbaijan. Oh, one of you is in sunny Azerbaijan. Oh my God, because I'm dyslexic. Who else is dyslexic? I can't say Azerbaijan. I've never been there. But it sounds like really great. And I can say, the thing is, I can say Azerbaijan in my head, but I can't, it's not coming out. I know that it sounds I like the sound vibration of the place. It sounds fun and exciting, and like a place I'd like to go to. I think my dad has been there. Yeah, you can post that word again, Azerbaijan. Oh, Azerbaijan, is that right? I think I've got it. By George, she's got it. I may have cracked it. So, you know, shout out to everyone with dyslexia or dyscalculia. That's where we muddle the words up, but we get there, you know, we get there in the end. Azerbaijan. Oh, Azerbaijan, is that it? Oh, okay, it's on the border of Russia and Turkey. Well, thank you, because to be honest with you, I didn't know that. You know, so thank you for sharing that, and I will just let you all see before I skippity doo dah off. There we are, Glastonbury tour once again, and yeah, look at that, so pretty just now. Sometimes there's swans over here, but there's no swans at the moment. So sending you all much love, and remember, subscribe if you like what I share. I do have a donate button, not that I feel you have to, but if you enjoy my stuff, it's on my main page. And I have meditations you can download for free as well on my website. Sign up, and there are paid meditations as well, healing karmic soulmate connections with love. Then there's a 43-minute long more than meditation. There's also a sleeping peacefully guided journey as well. I will make some more. I do have some light codes to upload, but I haven't done it. I don't know whether we procrastinate or it's just not the right time sometimes, and we have our focus in other directions. So much love, many blessings for now, and have a beautiful day, evening, and a wonderful sleep. And remember, if you're going to sleep soon, It's such a simple thing and we forget so much. Just set your intention before you go to sleep that you're only available to go where is benevolent for your physical body and your emotional and energy body in dream time. You are not available to be, you know, I hear all kinds of stuff from people fighting galactic wars, all kinds of stuff. You're not available for that. You don't need to wake up in the morning feeling like you've been in a battle in another timeline. You're not available for that. You're only available to go where is gracious, loving, kind, healing, and benevolent for your being in this timeline. So thanks, everybody. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Oh, hi, Lisa, as well. Thank you. You love the healing karmic soulmates connection with love meditation. Thank you. So yeah, that's on my website on the meditation page to download should anybody else be interested. But if you do download it, just be a little bit patient. After you've ordered it, it might take like half an hour for it to arrive, and it arrives in an email, and you do need to click on the hyperlinks to download it, and most of them have 3 hyperlinks in them, so they're in the email. You just click on there. There's sort of an aqua color, most of them. I say this all the time, but I will be updating my website this year. The thing is, though, when it works, which it does, it's not modern looking, but it does the job. But I feel we need to move on now and upgrade. But because I've been in the game of having a website for a long time, since back in the day, things have changed a lot over time. So I keep saying I'm leaving, but I'm enjoying chitty chatting and sharing with you all and connecting with you all. But I must go. Someone's asking me where I'm from. I'm from England, and I'm in Glastonbury in the UK right now. And yes, I am in the magical Glastonbury of myth and legends, and that's where I am. And if you go back to watching the beginning of this, you will see Glastonbury tour. So much love, many blessings, everybody, from Somerset in the UK. That's the county. Much love. Bye for now. Much love. Toodle pip, everybody. Bye bye. I will be going in a moment. For now, I will.